Can I get out of the area so I don't get zapped?
I would say it would only take 10 feet of movement to get up through the gap. You can use another 10 feet to come back, but you'd have to make a strength check to do it against the suction.
Um, we're we're actually gonna stay where we are
All right.
because I don't have advantage.
All right. Who's next?
Next is
Sorry,
Genie.
next up is Genie with orange on deck.
And Genie, you're
Genie-
inside the brown note here.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
All right, orange with Evie.
Victor,
Yeah.
6 points of lightning damage as the
Okay.
discharge comes out. You're not sure how much more of discharge from your end it's going to take to disrupt this thing's cycle, but 9 points was not enough. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Evie with Edmont on deck.
I can't see Victor, right?
No.
Okay. How close to here would I have to get to be able to see him? Would I not be able to see him unless I actually go up there?
If you go all the way up to the gap, you'll be able to see him on like the pulsation of the body as the gap opens slightly.
Okay. To use word of command, I have to be able to see him, and he has to be able to hear me.
Okay.
Can I see him from here?
Yeah, if you're just on the other side of the gap, that's fine.
Yeah. I say, Victor, hit it again. Word of command. You may make another attack roll using your reaction.
Okay. Does a 10 do it?
10 does not hit.
Okay, then in that case, we'll use a sonic die.
Probably a good idea.
I need a D10. Okay, does a 19 hit?
19 hits.
Okay. It's gonna be another 9 points of lightning damage.
Okay. Edmont. And Evie as well. From your position, the suction that you feel pulsing up and away from you becomes extremely erratic. One moment, all the purple garbage was kind of flowing in one direction in a rhythmic motion, and in the next second, it's just kind of swirling about in all directions at once. Edmont, on your next turn, you'll be able to slip through the valve, but if you're not out at the end of your turn, or at the end of its next turn, which is on initiative count 20, you'll be stuck there. Is Evie doing anything else?
Guess I'll move down here. I don't think I can do anything on my bonus action.
Okay.
Who has the wand? Ekon, I think, had it.
Yeah, I would have given it back to Genie.
No. Just say we need to be able to get Edmont out of there really quickly.
Oh, but I can see Edmont from where I am, so I'll keep the wand. Yeah, because I have my scrying sensor up there.
Yep.
Edmont or Victor?
Well, no, you can see Victor. You sent the scrying sensor up
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Victor's in there, so I can see him. Yeah, so if we need to, I can pull him out with the wand.
That's what the rope and
Orson
Yeah,
has
we've got
yeah.
lots of options.
That's right. I think our
got
friend
lots of
Romulant.
Yeah,
We're on
so,
Evie, right?
that was Evie's
Yeah.
turn.
Okay, so that's Edmont with Orson on deck.
Slip through and dunk it Jordan style.
Edmont,
Sir.
you sloop through the valve. It's much, much easier to push through than a typical valve would be. There's no current whatsoever regulating the muscle tissue around you. And as you come through, I have a 22 to hit.
That hits.
This beautiful woman reaches up out of the lesion in the floor and with superhuman strength, more strength than you think should be in her slender arms, wraps you in an embrace, crushing your arms to your torso, pulling you in for a kiss. You are grappled.
Don't like that.
But you're still holding the salt, and you haven't used an action yet.
Yeah, can I not drop it in there?
I'll let you drop it as a free action, but it's going to be up to chance whether it actually falls where you want it to go. If you want to put it down into the thing, I'm going to require an action.
Telepathy to Victor. I got grabbed.
Put it in, and Orson can pull you out.
Can Victor relay that, or do I have to wait for his turn?
I'll let you shout it out.
Okay, yeah, I'll telepathically shout it out to everyone.
Okay. So you can drop it for free, but then I'm going to roll dice on my end to see if it goes in.
I will take an action to make sure it goes in correctly.
Okay. And you kind of have to, because the woman is reaching up and out of the pool. So yeah, you shuffle it down, push it with all your might, squeezing it in between your body and hers. And as soon as it hits the lesion, this agonized expression crosses her face. She lets go, and the pool beneath you starts to clear, revealing just the wounded tissue around.
Is she still there?
She melts downward, back into the
Okay.
hole. As the evil retreats, so does she.
And can I see through the valve here?
Yeah, because there's no musculature keeping it closed. Right now, it's as big as it probably at least as wide as your shoulders as you came through it.
E-point, teleport
Okay,
as far back down as I can,
that's a bonus action.
and then yeah, it's a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, that gets
And
you
then
10 feet out.
yeah, and then start trying to pull my way down the rope.
Easy at the moment because right now the electrical impulses are overloaded and the thing has no suction.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of slosh back down then.
Okay.
Got Orson with Ekon.
I mean, Orson just is helping Edmont get back down.
So it looks like mission accomplished. All that's left is getting Victor out of there.
Yep. On Ekon's turn, I can see Victor up there, right, through the scrying sensor.
Oh yeah, the scrying sensor's up there.
So I can pull Victor down 5 feet telekinetically.
Sure.
That's all I can do this turn. I'll dodge. And we've got Victor with Genie.
You could just teleport him out using the...
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I have the wand. Yeah, let's just teleport him right to here. Good idea. Thank you for reminding me.
So Victor, you are
Mark on the charge that wand.
telekinetically pulled out of the small chamber, and just as about the time as you're like getting your bearings after the teleportation, the rhythmic swooshing starts up again. The disruption didn't last for very long.
Success.
I don't want to alarm everybody, but I only have 9 more vortex warps.
Okay. This seems like it's probably a shorter path back than going around this thing that's going to suck us in and make us make checks.
So the reason we
And then
don't
there's
do that-
also the
Yeah,
the squishy tunnel.
We don't want to go back through there, so we're definitely going this way.
Well, unless we
Okay.
go back this way and then just go through one of these. We don't necessarily have to go back through this tunnel.
Well, we can see where this. I don't think there's going to be anything in here, but it would get us back to the main chamber, and then we can go any direction we want.
Well, why don't we go back to that south tunnel? We're gonna have to go through the tunnels.
Well, we don't know where any of this goes. It probably loops all around.
We might not have to go through here again. We might be able to entirely do this side and this side.
Yeah, I don't think we should go back through this room for any reason if we can avoid it.
Yeah.
All right, so what's
So
next?
we're gonna go back along this way and then down this way.
Now,
Yeah.
let's see what's this way.
Just want to see. Okay.
Yeah.
Edmont schloops through that valve.
I mean,
Yep.
it might just be a tunnel, but there might be something else there.
Edmont, it is in fact a connecting tunnel.
All right. I don't have
Very
a strong
little
preference
store.
for which way we go next.
Very little story to happen here. Yeah, let's go down this way.
Okay.
In that case,
So
how's
I
everyone else
need
doing on resources?
4 strength checks at advantage to get me around this corner here. As you're
Evie, take guidance.
That's a 23 from Orson.
Good.
The 16 on Victor.
Okay.
Evie got a 7? No,
Okay.
a 5.
Okay.
Edmont tied Evie
Edmont got a 5.
at 5 as well. Yeah.
Okay. Roll initiative. At this position. Whoever's maneuvering the brown note, let's have 2 of you on the front and 2 of you on the back.
I mean, you could also be me and roll multiple 1s on initiative, so I don't really think you need to complain.
All right, here's the complication. You had 2 successes and 2 failures on that check. We're going to start at the top of the initiative order. On initiative count 2, which is what the brown note rolled, the motion of the wall is going to push it too far and it's going to go tumbling over.
Okay.
So everybody's going to have that much time to figure out some way to make that not happen.
Bullish.
Starting at the top of the order. Who do we have?
That's Evie with Edmont.
All right, can I try making the strength check again?
No, failing the strength checks will got you into this predicament.
Okay.
So imagine the barrel kind of teetering on the edge with all of your little tubes attached to it and also your sisters inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genie, do you have levitation?
No.
Oh. This is not a situation that Evie is particularly well equipped for. I don't know that I have anything that can help here. I have a rope.
What do you do with it?
I mean, I could tie it to the brown note so that if it falls in, we can pull it out. And I'm just
How
gonna-
much does a brown note weigh?
More than any of you. The reason you're able to move it around is because of, I think, buoyancy is the science term for it.
Yeah.
So, Eve, you have
with that.
rope on your character right now?
Yeah.
What you could
this-
do now then is ready in action, and then on Orson or Victor or Ekon's turn, they could take the other end of the rope to keep the thing from toppling over.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's much better than my idea. Yeah, I'll toss the other end to Orson. He's strong.
Okay, make a roll a hit. Roll this at advantage because in this particular moment, your target desires to be hit, I'm assuming.
Is a 19 enough?
So you fling the end of the rope. Orson catches it, his hand on the other side. So on his turn, it's his action. You and Heats together. Actually, you're going to have to hand the rope off to Edmont then. Because you just
okay.
used your action to throw the rope.
All right, yeah, I can hand it to Edmont. His strength is better than mine anyway. Can I use my bonus action to aid Edmont? Because I have the feature that lets me do it as a bonus action.
That lets you aid as a bonus action?
Yep.
Help action.
So the help action is a bonus action for Mastermind.
Does help apply to ability checks or just to hit rolls?
Yes.
I think it applies to everything.
Yes, it applies to
It
ability.
has an additional special feature that lets me use the help to hit at a certain range.
Okay. Yeah, you could use a bonus action.
Yeah, so I'll help him. I'll help him brace the rope, basically.
All
So
right.
I'm giving Edmont advantage on that next strength check.
So whichever turn
I
comes
just-
first, Edmont or Orson will have to ready their action, and then the second one, they'll work together to keep it from toppling over. Does that make sense?
Yep. Edmont's next.
The thing is, I failed. I'm one of the ones that failed that check that got us in this predicament.
That's
So
fine.
you're at advantage.
Perker, what were you saying?
That's fine. There are new
Okay.
circumstances now.
Okay.
You're not trying to maneuver the thing around now. Now you're just trying to stop it from catastrophically crashing down into the stomach pile.
Yeah,
But you
I'm
and
gonna-
Orson are going to have to work together. So you're going to have to
Yeah,
ready
I'm
an
ready
action.
in
if you
action to
want.
help to get this thing.
And then when you make the check, you'll be making it at advantage because Evie is helping you.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Victor.
Is Victor doing anything?
All right. So Victor and Orson can't just shove the brown note past the pushing thing.
No, attempting to move it is what got you into this predicament in the first
Okay.
place. That check was already failed.
And then what I would like to do. Well, let me know if this is actually doable, since I don't know if it will require my action. Victor wants to take his own rope, hand it to Ekon, go to the other side, basically so we have two ropes supporting the brown note as it goes to get pushed. Can I do that, or does that require an action where I would be able to make
No,
the
because
check?
you could hand Ekon his end of the rope and then move over there and then use your action to ready. And then on Ekon's turn, the problem is I think Ekon comes after the
Yeah,
note
Ekon
moves.
comes to 1.
No, yeah.
It's a good idea. It's just the dice didn't work in your favor this time.
Can Orson hold two ropes?
No.
You could help Orson to give him advantage.
I mean, can Ekon just be there holding the rope, like, before he spends an action? I guess not. Like, can I use a reaction to grab the rope?
Ekon can hold the rope for free. It's just Ekon's not going to get a chance to act before the thing goes tumbling down.
But having Ekon hold the rope and Victor holding the other end wouldn't give any additional advantage
No.
because of have a concern. Okay.
Because of the way the actions fall out.
Good.
So your options here
Victor-
are you can help Orson on his roll, or if you have some other idea.
Well, I'm wondering with the boots of flying, can he get on the falling side of the brown note and try to push against it as they pull on the rope?
So you want to, because remember, there's suction pulling down into the acid. You want to get down underneath it and brace it like against your shoulders.
If the boots of flying are enough to counteract the suction, and we don't know if that's true or not.
That's going to require a strength check on your behalf, and if you fail it, you're going down into the acid, which is fun for me.
We could get you out of there pretty easily, but it's up to you if you want to go in there.
I mean, he could teleport out of the acid.
Edmont was lucky enough to not fall into the acid face first.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, Victor's too pretty for that. It's not gonna happen.
So what are you doing?
Victor will go help the two weaklings on the other side.
So you're going to go... Well, you can't really help Edmont because he's already getting the benefit of advantage. You can help Orson from your position here, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And then is Orson next?
No,
You
Mhm.
next.
Genie.
Oh, even next then.
yeah, Genie is next. Genie is going to cast the web spell. Well, how high is the ceiling from where we're at?
It's a little higher here than elsewhere, so maybe 15 feet instead of 12 feet or so.
What I'm trying to do is I would like to basically cast the web spell centered, because the brown note's a large structure, right? So
Yeah.
it takes up 10
Take-
square feet.
Takes up 4 squares.
So essentially, kind of make a wall.
Make a net to catch it.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
That's actually amazing. I love it.
That's genius.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you're looking out, you got your face kind of squeezed up against the porthole, and you do your fiddle dee dee, and you create
Like,
a
like you see
huge-
Genie, roll her eyes and just go shoot it.
And I mean, from Orson and Edmont's perspective, I mean, you can see the suction is pulling this webbing down. You can see the strands at the bottom flowing down towards the acid, but the thing holds. So now if you guys fail this strength check, you'll at least have one more round to get it back up and out of there.
Yeah.
Genie, moving or staying put?
Still fine. I have complete and utter faith in everybody but Victor.
Is it Orson's turn?
Yes, Orson is Orson got to do is Orson instigating, or is this a reaction in regards to like it falling?
No, this Orson would use his action to make the
Okay.
strength check, and Edmont has an action readied
18.
to make a strength check. They both make
it's
this
an
at
advantage.
advantage.
All right. 18.
14. Yeah, 14.
14?
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. You guys managed to keep it from toppling over.
Yippee skippy. Let's never do that again.
On initiative count 20, the wall is going to seize again. Is Orson moving or staying put?
On 20 or 22?
Can he move the brown note?
Like,
Now
as
that
an
it's
action,
stabilized?
it can be moved.
Okay. Okay, all right. No, then Orson is going to just stay where he is.
Okay. So on initiative count 2, the brown note would have gone over. That didn't happen due to the valiant efforts of our heroes. On initiative count 20, the wall is going to move again, and you guys are going to have to remake that strength check, the 4 of you, to keep that from happening. Ekon is not helping with the strength check. Does he want to do anything on his turn?
Let's see. Can I? Sorry, I had no idea what my turn was gonna look like before it came up.
I don't think anybody did. Nobody could have guessed this.
Nobody could have predicted that
Look up
terrible things were going to happen.
All right, just got what's this? What's the area? Cube 100 feet on a side.
I'm sorry,
Um,
what?
Cube 100 feet on a side. It's the volume of this spell. So what Ekon is going to do? The cast time is an action. All right, that's
What are you doing? Oh my god, what are you doing?
Something
30,
awesome.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That's 100 in that direction. 40, 60, 70, 80, 90.
Destroy water?
This might be the most terrified I've ever been in this entire campaign.
That's a
That's
big
100
square.
in that direction. So, Ekon is going to cast Control Water, and all water in the area within that cube now has a current moving upwards and in that direction. The current is...
This dude's about to have some real bad indigestion.
You're about to murder this man. He's going to give him a heart attack.
How strong is this current?
That's what I'm trying to look up. I'm using the redirect flow mode of the spell, but I'm not seeing...
It's been a long time since anybody's used control water.
I mean,
It doesn't actually say how strong the current is.
does it have
Maybe
a saving throw listed anywhere?
Not for this mode.
Give me
I
2
would just-
seconds to give
Yeah,
us
yeah.
a quick read.
I think we're fine with this spell, because in Final Fantasy Legend 2, in which this adventure is based, what's her name had robots in her vein, running around her body, swinging laser swords.
She had like terrorists, like literal terrorists
Yeah.
in there.
Yes.
Inside her body.
I would just like to point out that I wanted to go the other way.
Yeah, it doesn't say how strong it is, just says I mean, it says it can flow over obstacles, up walls, or in other unlikely directions. So,
Yeah.
there is still a force acting upon the thing, but now, if you allow the brown note to go toppling over the edge, instead of getting sucked downwards, it would flow with the current along this back wall. As long as Ekon concentrates on his current being stronger than the suction going down, the brown note is not in danger of falling.
And with his movement, Ekon is going to just allow the current to take him. He's going to flip over and be standing on the ceiling with the current pushing him.
Okay.
Well done.
So yeah, the four of you can make that strength check to get around the corner, but now there's no danger of the brown note going down into the acid, despite my best efforts.
That also extends 100 feet up and down, if that matters.
I mean, I'm sure it matters for Zakwheel. It's just... He's just got
Edmont
like...
rolled a 15.
She's got like shit flowing out of his nose.
Evie only got a 9.
Okay.
That is a 23. Like, how many Constitution checks do you think we've inflicted upon Zakwheel at this point?
So it comes down to Victor. I need Victor to succeed this strength check.
Okay, here we go.
Get those psionic dice ready.
It's a... I don't think you can do ability checks.
I only get 1 dice for this, right?
Yes.
Well, great news, guys. That's an 8.
Genie.
Nope.
Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, God. That's...
I can bully you now, Mr. I'm not participating.
I'm driving the ship!
You're very much not. That's why you're making a strength saving throw.
I have been driving the ship. That's a 17.
A 17? 2 points of bludgeoning damage, which you can cut in half. As your world spins into vertigo, as the brown note topples into Ekon's current. It starts flowing in that direction. Like when you look through your... Get your bearings, look through your porthole, you are now staring downward through a spider web, watching it flow down and around and away from you. And then beneath that, you can see the popping bubbles and the layer of acid.
I'm staring through a pool of vomit.
The choice that the other four of you get to make is whether... Well, no, you're going to get dragged along regardless. I will give all four of you a strength save to grab onto the brown note as it gets sucked along this current. Failing this save means you are just dragged along by your hose. Which is going to...
guys,
Edmont.
it'll be a whimsical adventure.
Looking for a saving throw DC 13 strength save from each of the four of you.
Edmont failed.
Edmont failed?
Evie failed.
Victor has a 1. He failed.
Orson passed.
How did Evie do?
Evie failed.
Okay.
Orson grabs the side and everybody else gets drug along.
I'm just going to assume that Ekon just braces himself from the front since he knows where this current's going. Victor and Edmont,
Yeah.
roll me a d6. On a 1, your hose snaps as the brown note is pulled away from you.
I'm Gucci.
Yeah, it's a 3.
Then it's an uncomfortable ride. But yeah, the brown note is pulled along this current. Victor and Edmont just trailing behind helplessly, attached by their hose. With just this vat of boiling acid underneath you. And things come to a rest. Right there is where it would stop. Right at the edge of...
Do you need Evie to make that D6 too?
Did Evie fail that strength save?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then yeah.
I got a 5.
Okay. 5, 10, 15...
I'm going to hand Evie the wand of teleportation.
Well, there's no actual danger of anybody landing in the acid, because even if their hose snapped, they would get pulled along by the current. Yeah, it's an uncomfortable ride, but only Genie actually sustains damage from being thrown around inside the barrel. Yeah, things come to a halt on the far side of the current.
Genie's banging on the porthole.
What
Hey,
the
be
heck was
gentle.
that?
This water park sucks.
Oh, I
the
guess I should
worst
apply
laser-
some damage to the brown note.
This is the. Should you?
I guess not. It was just a current of water. It's not like you
Yeah.
crashed into anything. It didn't actually hit the acid.
It's like this is the worst lazy river I've ever been in. The water's probably cleaner here, though.
Probably.
That was fun. Let's go again.
No, let's not go again. Let's
Victor,
not
when we
today.
get out of this, I'll make you a whirlpool to play in the lake.
That is
I'd
one of
rather
the options for control water.
So you tried to drown Victor?
He's the one who wanted the fun.
Hush. Hush, don't question it. Let's just let it happen. He needs to learn. He needs to learn.
Victor pushes his way through.
Okay.
He's tired of these jerks.
Unfortunately, you're
once
tethered
everybody-
to them by your oxygen hose.
And
Once everyone's through the valve, I'll stop concentration on the control water.
Okay.
he's. Why does that keep happening?
Because crimes, that's why.
He's mostly tethered to us by the thing called the fate called family.
You can't pick your family. As Evie has learned to her sorrow.
You can pick your family's nose. They just don't like it.
So Victor's coming down to the south valve.
Andrew,
here.
yourself.
Yeah, that was our game plan before the
Or shenanigans.
yeah.
Victor
Hijinks.
shit through.
Victor.
Do you have to make that noise every single time?
I
Yes,
do.
he does.
Okay, I just wanted to know
Is the noise distressing you, Treble?
a little bit. It's. I need to.
I've only been making it once per valve. Should I start making it like once per character? Victor,
Yes.
much larger chamber than the others you've seen as you and Edmont schloop your way through and inside. At the top of this protrusion in the floor, you see the large orange caps. These ones do look quite large, like the ones in the first room that you entered, where they broke free and came after you.
Oh, that's not good.
Victor looks at Edmont.
Around to your
Good now.
left is another valve leading out.
Do we want to break that now or wait for it to come after us?
I think we should make sure everybody's in here and ready before we cause any problems here.
Okay, so the last time we fought these things, it did not go well for me personally.
I mean, I'd say let's try not to disturb him, but we know that's not going to work. Do we want to try and go around the room or just head towards the valve?
The valve is in the direction of most of the pustules we know of. We'll probably have to go both ways, but
Pustules, that's a good word. So we're going to hug this wall and head towards that valve?
Yeah.
seems right to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Orson on top of the brown note, so it's easy to move both of them.
Victor,
Yeah.
standing closest to the valve. I mean, there's an ambient heat to the entire dungeon, obviously. But the heat from this valve is higher than usual.
Is it uncomfortable?
Not from this position, but it's noticeable.
Can Victor just like look through the valve, take his hands and pull it open and try to look through?
And when you do, you can see the passage on the other side for a moment. And yes, it does feel like the fluid on the other side is noticeably warmer than where you're standing.
Hot potato. It's gonna be warm that way. Do we want to check out the other way first? Knowing fully well this mass on top is probably gonna try and stop us.
I think we just need to rip that band-aid off. If we're gonna fight us, let's fight them.
Can't imagine it won't come up.
Yeah, let's try and... We're just gonna start slinking around this way, keeping an eye on those things at the top.
One of you has been scribbling under my black space.
Is that happening?
Victor, you're slinking around towards the center of the room here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll some initiative.
That's my third one initiative. We've rolled initiative 4 times this session.
It's not good.
Hey, let's see. 15 for Orson. 16 for Jeannie.
Oops. Pressing way too many buttons at the wrong times.
Don't do that. Push only the correct buttons.
Push only the correct buttons? I will endeavor to do so, sir.
Use science correctly.
Oh, is that how you DPS?
I keep a deck of cards on my desk for no reason other than I like shuffling cards. But it comes in very handy running D&D when I have to use bookmarks in 3 different books at a time.
Fair enough.
As you do. Yep.
I think my husband's got like 6 magic cards stuck in our DMG right now.
Nice. These are like old, disgusting cards, too. I think I bought these right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Is that the set that you were complaining about? Like, you got it from the grocery store?
Yeah, because the first time I ordered it, the DoorDash people or whatever didn't bring it. They're like, oh, they didn't have cards. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, because I remember the discussion. We were like, yeah, they do. They, like, well, I don't know where to tell them to look. Tell them to look at the checkout. Lo and behold, now you have cards.
Bear with
Tales
me
from the
once.
pandemic. Which is still happening, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not paying to get our groceries delivered anymore. Am I looking in the wrong book? Sorry, I've lost my stat block.
Means they have 0 hit points, and
And they die instantly.
That's,
and they're worth 10,000 experience.
no,
That means
that's
their points are nan.
not what that means.
Wonder what that would look like, man.
You're like the asshole in the grocery store where the thing doesn't scan correctly the first time. You're like, oh, that means it's free. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Where do you think I learned it? I've worked in the retail salt mines.
Yeah, same though, and I hated every time that happened too because I wanted to break someone's face every time they said it.
It's not funny. I don't know why people...
It really isn't.
It's not funny.
Be nice to retail workers, everybody. That's the moral of the story.
They're not saying it to be mean. They just it's small talk. It's not good small talk.
Yeah, up your small talk game.
All right. Sorry about that. I have located my stat block.
Listen, we're just
Who is at the top of my
dead air
order?
with
Yeah,
absurd-
All right, first up, we got Victor with Genie on deck.
Victor,
what is that? What is
moving
that
into
red
the center
ball?
of the room, you can see the creatures starting to emanate from the top of this hill here.
Oh god, these are white blood cells.
They were white blood cells last time.
They were
No,
red
it's-
blood cells last time.
These are the same creatures. I'm just using a different
Okay.
color for them, I guess. I thought I used white for them last time.
You know, he used
I
red.
don't remember.
I thought you were
Alright.
actually having red and white blood cells, because white blood cells would make sense for them to be better at fighting intruders.
That's a really good idea. Like,
Remember, Brick failed biology. We already established this.
I mean, I passed biology in high school.
Oh,
White
sure.
blood
Yeah.
cells are the ones that fight diseases.
I even
What
passed
is that
marine
red
biology.
marker? Do I see it?
What's what?
That red marker, and do I see it?
That's an excellent question. Do you use your action to make a perception check?
No, I want to hit something. I just want to know if I can hit the red thing.
You can hit one of the 3 things here that you can see.
Okay. So these things start coming to life on top. We all
you start
go, oh, crap.
pulling. You've done this song and dance before.
I don't like this song and dance. So against all... Hold on. Let me look at the initiative order. Ekon, why are you down there on a 1?
He's been down there on 1 the entire session.
This is where he feels comfortable, man. Leave him alone.
This is home.
All right, well, Victor...
Because he's
Victor-
number 1.
He's renting that space from Razu.
Yeah, I was about to make a Razu joke.
It's a timeshare.
Victor is going to hope that he will be avenged in his death, and he will steady aim and attack the one closest to him.
Okay, so up on top of the hill.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
Does a 26 hit?
Sure does.
Characters do not have access to the metagame information that is on the initiative track.
That's going to be 33 points of psionic damage.
Okay. And the thing is bloodied. When I ran Curse of Strahd, I rolled initiative for Strahd every single combat.
Well, of course you did.
Yeah, it was really funny. Victor, you can't move because you aimed.
Yep.
So I guess that's it for you. Who's next?
After Victor, we've got Genie with Orson on deck.
So this structure right here, how tall off of the thing is it?
Between like 12 or 15 feet or so.
Okay. I would like dead center of it. To the point where I would like to engulf all 3 of these guys.
With what?
A shatter spell. It's a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
So 20 feet. Kind of just off the back there. I need a Constitution saving throw from every affected creature.
Including Zach Wheel, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
What's my DC?
17.
1 passes. I'll let you pick which one.
The one that Victor hit.
Okay.
20 points of thunder damage that you can cut in half if you passed. That'd
Okay.
be 10 for the one Victor hit.
Is Genie moving or staying put?
Genie's fine. And bonus action. Shoot this one.
Pew,
With my
pew.
cannon. That is a crit from the cannon.
Okay.
Because I actually haven't used this in a very long time.
Nice.
I think it's... I just want to verify that it is in fact 2d8.
Did Genie just install a big red button to fire the thing, even though it does absolutely nothing, but it makes her feel better when she pushes it?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so...
She has one of those on everything.
Everything is improved by a big red button.
That is 10 points.
Okay.
Look at this crit. 3 1s and a 7.
The thing is pretty severely bloody. Genie, moving or staying put?
I'm staying put.
Okay. Who's next?
After Genie, we've got Orson with red token on deck.
I am
He's
happy
so
that
butt mad. He's so butt mad at how weak that crit was.
it is. It's pretty big. Listen, I got to fire the ship's cannon. It was a crit and then did 10 points of damage. It's a
It's like
travesty.
one of those guns where you pull the trigger, just the flag comes out and says bang.
Evie's still really proud of you. I think it's Orson's turn.
Well, okay. Orson's gonna
Throw himself face first at the monster.
You know what? He's gonna swim right here.
Just diving headbutt. Hold back for 2 seconds, forward plus hard punch.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he's going to the same one that
Okay.
Victor hit. Attack 1,
Kept
Is a-
Floyd out there somewhere saying hands into hands into hands into hands.
23,
23 will hit.
9 points.
Okay, and that is
Sec-
enough.
Second hit on this one
Okay,
is a 16
16 will hit.
for 9 points.
Okay,
And then the butt for 24 to hit
that'll hit
for 8 points.
for 8-point butt.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is bloodied. Is Orson
That's the
moving or
end.
staying put?
That's the end of Orson's turn.
Okay.
Got red token with Evie.
Okay. I get to roll these at advantage, I believe.
Roll at advantage. Lucky.
That's for Victor. That's
What
for
did Victor do?
Victor. That's going to miss Orson. I'm assuming a 14 doesn't hit Orson.
No.
And that 14 is going to miss Orson. Victor, I have a 21 to hit.
That'll do it.
I have a 23 to hit.
That'll miss.
23 misses.
No.
I can reduce your hit points just by saying so. Don't you lie to me, sucker. The blood vessels along the floor that you guys have just kind of been making note of until now. I'm assuming you've been taking efforts to not disturb them as you've been trundling your brown note up and around and over the place.
Yeah, I feel like we've been hovering.
But suddenly, some of the blood vessels in the floor near to where Victor and Orson are standing detach and slither forward like serpents. Orson dances out of the way. Victor, one of them pierces the cloth of your suit on the left foot. The other one pierces the cloth of your suit on the right foot. And before you know it, these horrifying, semi-transparent, like flatworm-looking creatures have slithered up your legs and around your torso and are inside of your helmet as it begins to fill with fluid.
I hate that
Oh god.
so much.
This man's blood is haunted, and I don't like it.
So, Victor, the bad news
Yeah?
is your suit's been punctured and is starting to soak through with the ambient fluid of the place, which means it's going to start filling up your helmet, and when it does, you'll not be able to breathe.
Okay.
The even worse news is you've got these two horrible flatworms having slithered up your suit inches from your face. The
Okay.
good news is they don't have another action to attack you this turn. Two more of
Are
these
they
creatures.
supposed to be on the map?
Not yet. Because they were hidden when you guys came in.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I will put them there now because they are no longer hiding. Two of them tried to attack Orson. And I'm just going to put the other two just on top of Victor, I think.
Did they take damage from the shatter?
No, because they weren't in range of the shadow when you cast it.
Okay, that's
They
fair.
slithered up out of the blood vessels.
Oh,
You have to pick up the ones on Victor and drop them again.
Oh man, this man has worms.
Last task they had were on the mat.
Is that
Are
good?
these worms or haunted blood vessels?
Man, it's so sick.
Porque no los dos.
So we've got
Poor Katie.
Evie, Edmont. We need to get this guy dewormed when we get out of here.
Evie, the good news is you can't see Victor's stupid face because there's flatworms in the way.
Well, that's terrible.
Teleport him into the brown note.
That's. Oh yeah, Ekon, you have.
I gave it to you, remember?
Oh,
Now, any teleportation that specifies they also teleport what's being worn or carried will, by definition, teleport his spacesuit and the worms.
So Victor's psychic teleportation does not explicitly state what is carried or worn, so my plan was to use that.
It does teleport what you're wearing, because every time you've used it previously, you have not teleported out of your clothes. For all intents and purposes, you were wearing these worms.
Okay. Don't teleport him into the brown note. I don't want those in here.
It's almost like I designed the worms knowing that everybody in this party could freaking teleport.
I can't.
I can't teleport. I
Evie.
can teleport
I
other
can't.
people.
What horrible
Okay.
thing are you doing to my monsters that haven't done anything wrong yet?
Okay. You don't want me to teleport into the brown? We can't fight these things without taking his helmet off.
That's why I need to
Well-
use the brown note, yes.
With sufficient damage, you could destroy his helmet.
Well,
I mean, do what you
But-
think is best.
then he won't have a helmet. I think
Go with your heart.
I'm going to teleport him into the brown note, and then I'm going to move into the brown note, and I'm going to help fight them.
There's not enough room for all that.
3 of you
Oh.
can comfortably fit into the brown note. Adding a 4th person to the brown note would start to squish you guys in there.
Okay, we can have 3 people in there then.
Here.
I just want us to picture this. Jeannie's sitting in the brown note, minding her own business. All of a sudden, Victor pops in screaming with worms on his face. Evie jumps in to take it off. And
Here,
how
I'm
does
gonna
Jeannie react?
draw a nice white square here. This is the brown note.
All right.
So you
I am
can-
inside here.
You
I
teleport Victor inside.
And Jeannie is like,
and
what
Jeannie's
the hell?
already inside. So, does this make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Picture in picture. Gotcha.
Bonus action. Victor, I will give you advantage to hit one of these worms.
What? Punch himself in the face?
That's up to him. That's the end of Eve's turn.
So,
So who's next?
Okay, so
Right.
we've got Edmont with white token on deck.
All right.
oh wait, you bonus action let me hit this turn, or give me advantage next turn?
It'll be next time you attack.
Okay. Okay.
Pop up. Crack my whip at the one of these blood vessel, one of these flatworms on Orson.
Okay.
Oh, that is. And Edmont needs to get his fucking nugget. +8. Yeah, 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
And his damage die went up when he leveled. So he's throwing out D8s now. 8 points slashing damage.
Okay.
That flatworm. Go again. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
9 points slashing damage.
Okay.
And bonus action to martial arts. Kick it. Try and stomp it out. Stomp it. And that's another 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
6 points bludgeoning damage.
I've got good news and bad news for you.
Good news and bad news. Let's hear the good news first.
Bear with me 1 second.
Actually, no, let's hear the bad news first.
The bad news is with that stomp, what was
Yeah.
once 1 worm is now 2 worms. You stomp it in.
I hate it. I hate it.
The good news, you know what? There is no good news. It's just bad news. You slash the thing through with your whip, give it a good stomp, and the worm just divides right in the center. And for a second, you think, oh, awesome. I've cleaved it in half and it's dead. But it's not.
Brother. Help.
Edmont, moving or staying put?
Get here.
All right, who's next?
All right, so after Edmont, we've got white with Ekon on deck.
Okay. I need Orson and Edmont to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Orson from Orson. That is
Looking for
a
13.
pass from Orson.
S.
So the things release their spores spattering into your face, and both of you are blinded as your helmet gets covered in the sludge. It's going to require an action, either your own action or somebody else's, to wipe it off. But both of you passed the save, so neither one of you are constricted in their weird cocoons. And let me count squares here. Two more appear from further down.
They immediately vanished.
6. There.
Yep.
I'm gonna have them dash.
Is this revenge for us like the bats?
So two more of these creatures come from around the corner. They look like they're focused on Ekon. Who's next?
So that was white. We've got Ekon with Victor on deck. All right, so the brown note, things inside that I'm going to assume have total cover from me. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, so here's what we're doing. As an action, I am going to use Radiance of the Dawn, so everything except the worms within the brown note needs to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. And then 3 worms. I have no passes.
All right.
Nobody passed
That's
that.
11. I just gained a level.
Wow, 7 failures.
So it all takes 20 radiant damage.
Okay, well that... Let me do some bookkeeping here. That's going to kill the 2 tiny worms. You said 20 points?
Yep, 20 points of radiant.
That's going to bloody the big worm remaining, which causes it to divide. And then 20 points to... So the 2 cells up on top, one of them is bloodied now, the one that wasn't before, and the last one is very severely bloodied. Actually, the 2 next to you are also bloodied if you got all of them.
Yep. And then as a bonus action, since that is a action and not a spell, I will cast a 4th level hammer or harpoon of air.
Okay.
Harpoon of air.
That will conjure
A white blood cell.
into this space, and this is the one that's bloodied.
They're both bloodied. They're all bloodied at this point.
Let's take the one that's next to Orson. Actually, you know what? Let's take the one because Orson still got worms on him. So yeah, let's get the one that's next to Orson. So that's an attack. We'll hit an armor class of 18.
That'll hit.
I upcast this, so it's 3d8. And deal 18 force damage.
And that is plenty to kill this one. Is Ekon moving or staying put?
That is the end of Ekon's turn. We've got Victor with Genie on deck.
Victor, you know what? I think I'm going to let you just stew there for a while and think about what you've done while we take a 15-minute break. Go ahead and get your coffee, get your bagel, let your dogs out. We'll be back at... What time is it? 4:20? 20 plus 15 is what, 87? We'll be back at 4:87.